You don't remember applying, but somehow you're already inside. They call it opportunity, but no one explains the rules. Everything feels precise, polished, almost too intentional. The people around you speak in certainty, but never say much. Time moves differently here, faster when you need it slow. Small things don't add up, but no one seems to notice. Or maybe they do, and we've just stopped questioning it. You start to realize this wasn't just a job. It was a selection and something. About it feels final. And then the message arrives. You open it, and everything begins with an invitation. Level 1, the offer. You arrive before sunrise, when the city is still deciding whether to wake up. The glass tower stands fully lit, as if it never stopped working. Your reflection follows you across the polished lobby floor, faint, slightly delayed, almost unsure. At the entrance, your badge is scanned without acknowledgement. A soft beep. The barrier opens. No greeting, no instructions, just access. Inside, the air feels controlled. Elevators open and close with exact timing. People step in and out without hesitation, each movement efficient, rehearsed. You enter one. No one looks at you. Floors are selected without conversation. The doors open to a quiet corridor. Screens glow behind glass walls. You follow the only sign you recognize, your project name, printed on a temporary sheet of paper. Inside the team room, voices overlap. Sentences are incomplete, but understood. Someone points at a slide. Another interrupts before the explanation finishes. Words like storyline, client ready, and tighten this move quickly, as if time is already behind schedule. You sit. No one assigns you anything. A laptop is pushed toward you without explanation. You watch. Juniors don't ask questions. They scan expressions, adjust tone, rewrite silently. Feedback appears in fragments, short comments. No context. Red text dominates the screen. No one reacts to it. A clock sits in the corner. No one checks it. You begin to notice the pattern. Intelligence is expected. Clarity is demanded. Speed is assumed. By night, the room hasn't emptied, only rotated. At 1:47 a.m., you open your first deck. No one tells you what finished looks like. You stop waiting for instructions. You start watching patterns. Level 2, the grind. You begin to notice that nothing arrives randomly. Emails cluster at predictable hours. Feedback comes in bursts, then disappears. Silence stretches. Longer than expected, and you learn not to trust it. Your inbox refreshes. A single line appears. Please fix. No attachment, no explanation. You open the deck anyway. Red comments cut across slides, like markings on a map you don't fully understand. Words are removed, replaced, shortened. Arrows appear, without labels. You compare versions, looking for intent rather than instruction. Around you, keyboards don't stop. Conversations are brief, almost coded. Too long, dine not sharp. Client won't buy this. No one asks what something means. They adjust until it works. You start changing how you think. Full sentences feel slow. You reduce everything to fragments, headlines, bullets, keywords. Ideas are no longer explored. They are compressed. Time begins to behave differently. Mornings feel like extensions of the night. Meals happen without pause. Your calendar fills, but meetings aren't where decisions are made. Those happen before. In shorter, quieter exchanges, you observe hierarchy. More clearly now. Associates speak carefully, never first. Managers reshape everything before it moves upward. Partners appear briefly, scanning conclusions, ignoring the path taken to reach them. You adapt in small ways. You fix formatting before being asked. You rewrite slides before feedback arrives. You adjust tone based on a single word. Midnight passes without signal. Another message arrives. You don't hesitate. You no longer wait to be told what's wrong. You anticipate it. Slowly, without noticing, you stop reacting to the system. You begin operating inside it. Level 3, the system. You're no longer introduced when you enter the room. Your name is assumed or unnecessary. A question is directed toward you, not fully, just enough to test direction. You answer in one sentence. No one asks you to explain further. Slides move faster now. You don't read them line by line. You scan structure first, titles, flow, tension between pages. You begin rearranging, finishing. You notice something subtle. The analysis doesn't lead the story. The story exists first. Data is selected, shaped, and align to support it. In meetings, conversations don't revolve around what's true, but what can be presented clearly. Ambiguity is shortened. Complexity is reduced. Not removed, contained. You start suggesting changes before being asked. This should come earlier. The client will push back here. This needs to sound more certain. No one reacts strongly. Accepted, adjusted, absorbed into the deck, without discussion. Below you, newer analysts work the way you used to, waiting, reacting, over-explaining. You don't correct them directly. You adjust their slides instead. They notice. Hierarchy feels less visible now, but more precise. Influence moves quietly. Authority isn't declared, it's recognized through who gets overridden and who doesn't. You begin to understand the purpose of everything around you. The firm isn't just solving problems. It's constructing clarity, fast enough to be trusted. One afternoon, your slide appears in a client meeting. You recognize every word. No one says, "It came from you." The conversation moves forward anyway. You stop thinking like someone inside the system. You begin thinking like someone who can shape it. Level 4 the game. You stop opening PowerPoint first. You open your team list. Names, deadlines, fragments of work already in motion. You don't build slides anymore, you assign direction to them. A message here, a comment there. Short, precise, enough to shift output without slowing it down. The room sounds different now. Questions come toward you, not past you. Is this the angle? Do we include this? Should we flag it? You don't answer immediately. You pause, not for uncertainty, but to choose framing. Keep it, cut that, position it differently. Work accelerates around your decisions. You notice where pressure actually comes from. Not from the workload, but from above it. A partner's passing comment changes an entire storyline. A single raised eyebrow redirects a week of effort. You begin managing that layer. Updates upward are shorter, cleaner. You remove friction before it reaches them. You present conclusions that feel inevitable. Downward, you do the opposite. You expand tasks, distribute complexity, push timelines tighter than they appear. No one questions it directly. You learn what gets remembered, not effort, not hours, outcomes. That can be repeated in a sentence. In meetings, you speak less, but your words carry structure. You don't explore ideas, you position them. Conversations bend slightly after you talk. Trade-offs become routine. Accuracy, adjusted for speed. Nuance, reduced for clarity. Pressure absorbed, then passed on. One afternoon, you present directly to the client. The room listens, without interruption. You decide what matters. And gradually, you realize you're no longer playing within the system. You're shaping how it runs. Level 5, the apex. You don't wait in team rooms anymore. You move between buildings, between conversations already in progress. Assistants adjust your schedule in real time. Meetings overlap, but none of them feel unplanned. You enter a boardroom. People stand briefly, not out of habit but recognition. The discussion pauses until you sit. No slides yet, just a conversation. The client outlines the problem in broad terms. You don't interrupt. You watch how they describe it, where they hesitate, what they repeat, what they avoid. By the time they finish, the answer is already forming, not from analysis, but from pattern. You respond in structure, not detail. 3 points. Clear, contained, directional. Heads nod before evidence appears. The deck comes later. It will support what has already been accepted. You begin to see the system differently now. Projects don't drive outcomes, relationships do. The work exists to reinforce trust, not create it. Your time compresses. 10 minutes here shifts millions there. A single call replaces weeks of alignment. You are no longer solving problems directly. You are shaping which problems matter. Between meetings, there is no pause. Only transition. You notice repetition. Industries change. Language shifts. But the structure underneath remains consistent. Uncertainty, packaged into decisions. Complexity, reduced into motion. Nothing feels new, only reconfigured. You leave another boardroom. Decision is already settled before anyone says it out loud. No one questions it. And as the door closes behind you, the system feels smaller than it once did. You begin to see beyond it. Level 6, the exit. You step outside at an unfamiliar hour. The glass tower reflects a sky you're not used to seeing, soft light, no urgency behind it. The entrance doors close quietly behind you, sealing off a rhythm that no longer follows you out. Your phone is still in your hand. No new messages. Number. Flagged threads. The screen stays still. For a moment, you don't move. Traffic passes without coordination. People walk without direction from a calendar. No one is waiting for an update. No one is aligning around your next sentence. You start walking. The pace feels inconsistent. There's no internal timer pushing you forward. No silent expectation that something is already late. Time stretches in a way that feels unstructured. You replay fragments. The first morning, the silence, uncertainty. The nights, that extended without ending. The conversations, shaped before they began. The rooms, where outcomes were decided in minutes. You notice how clearly everything had once been defined. Every action mapped to an expectation. Every expectation tied to a hierarchy. Every hierarchy reinforced by repetition. Inside, there was always a next step. Out here, there isn't. You realize what stayed with you. The way you break down complexity. The instinct to organize. 2. Simplify, to move toward clarity, even when none is visible. But without the system, those instincts don't have boundaries. They expand, searching for structure where none is imposed. You stop at the edge of the street. The building stands behind you, unchanged, still operating at full speed. Inside, everything continues. Without you, you look forward again. No slides, no timelines, no defined outcome, just space. And for the first time, the question isn't what needs to be done next. It is whether anything ever needed to be.